She's here. Mother never comes to the toy box. Alright, so we're back at the toy box. A lot of things have happened over the last couple weeks. I'll start with sharing the installation of these things. This is the Hound, and we have Bumblebee. These are two props that Pa, we just got back from Vegas not too long ago, and Pa, of course, finds these things at the, originally found them at the airport, and then there's a store at, well, I think it's Caesar's Palace, I think there's one at Venetian, and the guys gave us a really killer deal on the first ones that we bought, the Samurai, Drift is his name, and then Megatron. And so we went back and for CES earlier, or actually late 2024, that's when we found these two units here. So they gave us another killer deal on them. So of course I had to pick two of them up just to kind of give some more decor to the toy box. But also in the previous video, I ended up selling those 4 muscle cars that I really had to fight myself to sell. And the only reason, main reason I sold them was to get some funds because I knew I had some capital gains taxes due coming up on a piece of property that I sold. Turns out it's more than I thought I owed. So it's actually really good timing that I sold those 4 cars. And also in that last video where I showed me selling those cars, actually I'll insert some footage here of the cars going away. Very sad, never fun.
Yes.
Sad. Cars are leaving.
Don't Asians love Camaros?
Sure.
Chris, do you want to do
No, I'm good. Just like I said, the Band-Aid, just rip it off.
just rip it off?
Get them out of here. Alright boys, this is it. Thank you for your help. Sad.
Thank you so much.
Look how badass that looks. They're all so clean, so perfect. Okay, bye-bye. And also in that video I mentioned that there's something that is going to be replacing those 4 cars. And I put an order in for something. It's supposed to be here in October. And I was doing some research the next day and I found one available now. And it's here.
You gotta love when it's delivery day.
So this is something that, you know, I've wanted for a while as I got into these types of vehicles, but they're pretty hard to find. They're limited production, not very easy to find. People that buy them are typically collectors and they want this specific model for, you know, that collectability reason. So you have to get on a list, and I was on the list for a long time. I was trying to get my local dealership to become a, I guess, an authorized reseller for this car, and they just weren't getting back to me for months and months and months. And I finally got in touch with the original manufacturer. I was like, hey, this ain't working, and they hooked me up with another place, which I ended up putting an order in for this vehicle that's supposed to come in October. But again, I did some research. I found this guy. I'll explain more about this and probably when I show this car off. Awesome, sounds good. No rush. All right, it's inside this trailer. He's got to get one vehicle out, and then mine is sitting right here. I haven't even seen this thing in person yet. I've seen pictures. It was on a front of a magazine last week, and now it's here. All right, a little bit of backstory on this vehicle. So again, I wanted one of these for a while now. They've been out. They're not new, but they're very hard to find. You typically don't see them new at dealerships like I found this one, surprisingly. Typically see them on the secondary market for, I don't know, like 15-20%, maybe not quite that much, but you know, quite a bit higher than they cost new. And prices went up over the last couple of years, but I had my name on an allocation list for one of these for about 2 years. Again, once I started getting more into these like higher end vehicles, not higher end, just like more vehicles, I guess. I mean, I consider it high end. You really pay a lot for the name on this one, but I guess we'll see how cool it actually is. And you have to buy them from a registered or a certified, not registered, a certified dealership that resells, or I guess is certified to sell these types of cars. And I was trying to get one of my local dealerships to, you know, take the bite and become one of those guys, and they were on board with it, and then they just ghosted me for April of last year, I want to say. So a good like 9 months. They just went radio silent on me, and which was fine because at the time, you know, I was not in a position financially, and I still am not, to buy the car, add one to it, and fast forward a couple months, had to sell the 4 to get some tax money back. You guys know me, I make decisions like that, and I just decided to sell the 4 outright. But then I lost some sleep that night, and I was like, well, shit, I'll keep the dark horse. That might make things a little bit easier for Mom and Pa in the house. That next day, when I get to work, I'm like, I have a better idea. That's when I put in the order in for what should have been this car, but fast forward 8 more months into October for delivery. So as I'm getting ready for this and whatever, I'm getting super excited for it, but it's like 8 months is a long time to wait for a car. I mean, I've done it on like Porsches and stuff like that, but something like this, I don't know, it was fine. Nothing wrong with waiting. I totally could have waited, would have saved me some time and money, or so I thought. But that is when I was doing research and I found one of these. Actually, this is the only one that was brand new at a dealership, and I noticed it was like $20,000 cheaper than what I was about to buy a new one for and wait 8 more months. So I contacted this dealership and I just lowball them, and I'm like, hey, is this car available? Is it brand new? Are these the miles? And they confirmed everything. They first said it was at like 80 miles on it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk now because I don't want a car with 80 miles on it. It's brand new, because I remember the Hummer, that thing had 60 miles, and there was like 4 or 5 different rock chips. I mean, even this Jeep Wagoneer the Wagoneer S had like 40 miles on it when I got it. And there's rock chips because people don't drive them like they're their cars, or like I do. Anyway, rambling here, I lowball the hell of these guys, and they accepted it. So it saved me like 32 grand, about 8 months, and the exact car is here. It's a year older, and it's still brand new, but it's really badass. So I hate to tease you, but I'm gonna tease you. We'll show you guys in the next one. I just want to give you guys a quick update, something to look forward to. I'm gonna go take delivery of this car right now. As always, appreciate you watching. See you in the next one. Say bye.
See you guys.